Miss Queen Elizabeth is a Vista-class cruise ship operated by the Cunard Line. She is the second largest ship constructed for Cunard, exceeded only by Queen Mary II, and is capable of carrying up to 2,092 passengers. The ship is running mate to Queen Victoria and Queen Mary II. Queen Elizabeth is a modified design and she is slightly larger than Queen Victoria, at 92,000 GT, largely due to a more vertical stern. The ship's name was announced by Cunard on October 10, 2007. The company now operates 3 vessels once more. The naming of the ship as Queen Elizabeth brings about a situation similar to that between 1940 and 1948, when Cunard's original Queen Elizabeth was in service at the same time as the Royal Navy battleship HMS Queen Elizabeth. The Royal Navy plans to introduce the aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth into service in 2016, 6 years after this ship joined the fleet. The first master of Queen Elizabeth was Captain Christopher Wells. Design. Exterior. Queen Elizabeth is almost identical in design to the Queen Victoria, although because of the steeper stern, her passenger capacity is slightly higher. Also, unlike many previous Cunard Queens, Queen Elizabeth is not a true ocean liner as she does not have the heavy plating throughout the hull nor the propulsion system of a dedicated transatlantic liner. However, the bow was constructed with heavier plating to cope with the transatlantic run, and the ship has a high freeboard. During construction, Queen Mary II had cost approximately $300,000 per berth, nearly double that of many contemporary cruise ships. So Cunard made the economical decision to base Queen Elizabeth on an enhanced Vista-class cruise ship. Interior. Although having an almost identical interior arrangement to Queen Victoria, the decor is very different. The ship is a tribute to the 2 previous Queen Elizabeths, the original Queen Elizabeth and the QE2. She also evokes the era of the 1930s, in which Cunard's first Queen Elizabeth was launched, with many Art Deco interior touches. The ship also features a Britannia Club section of the main restaurant, which is a feature popular on Queen Mary II, but not available on Queen Victoria. This service allows passengers in the Britannia staterooms to have single-seating dining arrangements, without having to upgrade to the more expensive grilles classes. The sliding roof over the winter garden featured on Queen Victoria is replaced with a simple glass roof. Launch. Following the ship's construction in Italy from 2007 to 2010, Cunard Line officially confirmed that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II would name Cunard's new ship. The ceremony was held in Southampton on Monday, 11 October 2010 before the ship set sail on her maiden voyage to the Canary Islands the following day. The Queen was also the sponsor of the now-retired Queen Elizabeth II in 1967 and Cunard's current flagship, Queen Mary II, in 2004. Service history. On Monday, 4 October 2010, Queen Elizabeth was formally handed over to Cunard. She sailed on her maiden voyage from Southampton on Tuesday, 12 October 2010, following a naming ceremony with the monarch on Monday, 11 October 2010. At the end of October 2011, Queen Elizabeth and her fleet mates changed their registries to Hamilton, Bermuda, in order to host weddings aboard. On June 29, 2012, the ship made her one and only visit to Ny-Ålesund, in Svalbard. The previous scheduled visit in 2011 had to be aborted due to bad weather. She is not scheduled to visit Svalbard in her 2013 schedule. Newly introduced legislation relating to cruise ships visiting the archipelago mean that Queen Elizabeth will never be able to visit again. On August 31, 2013, British journalist and broadcaster Sir David Frost had been invited to give a speech by Cunard whilst travelling on the ship but died of a heart attack. In summer 2014, the ship is likely to stay in the Mediterranean Sea to offer cruises from Barcelona and Venice. Cunard Royal Rendezvous January 13, 2011, 2 years after the first Cunard Royal Rendezvous, RMS Queen Mary II met up with Queen Victoria and the then brand new Queen Elizabeth for another Royal Rendezvous in New York City. Both Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth made an Atlantic crossing in tandem for the event. All 3 Cunarders met in front of the Statue of Liberty at 6:45 p.m. for a Greki fireworks display. The Empire State Building was lit up in red to mark the event. June 5, 2012, all three queens met once more, but this time in Southampton in order to celebrate the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. July 15, 2012, both Queen Elizabeth and Queen Mary II visited Hamburg the first time together. March 12, 2013, passed the former Cunard ship Queen Mary, currently a hotel in Long Beach, California, for the first time along with fireworks display. May 6, 2014, all three queens met up for the first time in Lisbon, Portugal in preparation for Queen Mary II's 10th birthday. All three on departure sailed in a one-line formation to Southampton. May 9, 2014, both Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria led in single file, Queen Mary II up the Southampton Channel, with both ships docking in a bow-to-bow formation performing a birthday salute to Queen Mary II. Later on, all three Cunarders gather for a fireworks display in which Queen Mary II led both the Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria back down the Channel. May 25, 2015, the three queens at Liverpool celebrating 175 years of the formation of the Cunard Line, which was formed and based at Liverpool. At low tide, the three ships stopped in line in middle of the River Mersey, bow to stern, turned 180 degrees in full synchronization with each other, and then formed an arrow side by side. The Queen Mary II was in the center with its bow in line with the Cunard building at the pier head. The RAF Red Arrows performed a fly-past in Vic formation, emitting red, white and blue smoke, over the vessels. An estimated 1.3 million people lined the riverbanks to witness the spectacle. References. Notes Bibliography External links, video of the press launch, Miss Queen Elizabeth on cunard.co.uk, Queen Elizabeth. Chris Cunard page. Retrieved February 16, 2010. Queen Elizabeth A Euro review by Douglas Ward in the Daily Telegraph, London.